Oh, guess it's my turn to say something. What up, guys? It's your boy. You know how we do it, the Bad Wolf. Alright, so this particular video is going to be about success and right to travel. Now, a lot of you guys think this is something new. No, no, no. This was back since day one of the Constitution, okay? This was already done. But this particular success is from 2006, April 18th. Okay, so let's get going. This particular letter has stated that it is a communication between the judge and the district office, the committees, policy, gaming, labor, education, the caucuses, and the House of Representatives in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So everybody's on the same page here, right? Check out what the judge has said. Okay? Dear Judge. Okay, so this is between judges. This is all them talking about this. It has recently been brought to my attention that on March 26, 2006, Mr. William, a defendant in a criminal action, they talk about that on there, guilty of violating two provisional transportation codes, okay, and it goes on to say, I have come to know this person very well in the past 14 years, and I respect his understanding of law concerning the right of an individual to travel, among other things. I believe that he has a better understanding of this area of the law than many licensed attorneys. Come on, man. See, this is why I won those court situations way back then, even most recently, because when you see, they're not taught this stuff. This stuff supersedes here's their level of legal, and here's the law, the supreme law of the land. So down here, they're kings and gods, but we were always meant to be operating up here, but they've brought us down to their level. Now, if you're doing things on their level, they're right, but because you have that U.S. national state citizen side, you float between here. Most of you guys are here, and if you are understanding, then you're standing under. And so that means that you are beneath them, and they rule that level. When you know the law, the lawful side of everything, and that some of the stuff that they're doing down here is not lawful, and the Supreme Court, which is the law of the land, has ruled on these things. No statute, if any statute, rule, regulation, or anything they want to call it down here in this level, interferes with anything on this level, or doesn't jive with, or there's a conflict there between which one is correct, it's always this one up here. So if you, let me see if I can float. Hell yeah. If you levitate, illuminate, then you are in a position of overstanding, okay? Standing over something, okay? That's how it's always supposed to be. Anyway, let's go on. While I am not a licensed attorney, I have asked a member of my staff who is a licensed attorney to examine the understandings of this complex issue. In conclusion, reached by my staff member was that Mr. Ryle or R has thoroughly researched the issue and has based his arguments on solid legal precedent. Booyah! This is just about as good as the letter from the Department of State to the mayor of North Carolina we got, right? I have also performed my own in-depth research over the years, and I too have researched the conclusion that Mr. R stands on solid legal footing. Cha. See, they just don't know. You guys think that they're like, I'm the slave master and you guys have to do what I say. And you're like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And they know everything. Okay? Well, they don't. Nobody knows all of the law, period. Not on their level, not the constitutional level. Nobody knows it all. No one person knows all of it. When they go to school and they study, this, that, the other at the bar or whatever, they are taught specific parts of their level. Remember I said there's levels. They know this level, okay? Some of them know this level. Most of them are not taught this level because that's not their jurisdiction. That's a jurisdiction that supersedes them, but it's not their jurisdiction. So let's go on. Excuse me. The crux of this issue is whether Title 75 can properly be applied to an individual. With an individual's right to liberty is inherent right to travel. If one's movement can be restrained, such restraint is intrinsically a restraint of his liberty. So they can't do it. Well, if you're on their level, yes, but if you supersede that or overstand it, then they can't. Mr. R's use of an automobile is an extension of his personal liberty to move about as he wishes. That's why I tell you people, get the right to travel files, send out your affidavits, let them know, because the ones who don't know, at least back in this day, in this state, in this Commonwealth, they're learning, and they're willing to jive with it. Now, do some of them like it? No. So if these are higher up people who don't really know, do you think an average cop is going to know? No. Nothing against them personally. I like the good ones. The other ones, but they're not taught this. So when they hear this, you are, in their mind, going against what they know is their rightful authority. And then you are blowing their mind, almost like talking about religion or politics or whatever else, that, oh, you can overstand me? I'm a cop. I've got a gun right here. I can just shoot you and do some stuff. Not all of them are like that, you know. I know some good ones. But you know what I'm saying. You know those gung-ho guys. Well, here's the thing. This supersedes it. That also being said, I just reminded myself of this. So I was doing a consultation with a client this last week, and the guy's brother is a cop. And at first I was like, oh, it's a bust! No, I'm just kidding. Everything we do here is lawful. So, educational information only. So he goes, yeah, Wolf, he's like, I did everything, blah, blah, blah. I showed my cop brother your information and, you know, blah, 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 right to travel files and all this other stuff. And he said at first he was like, and then once he got over himself, he was like, just check it out. Which I always tell you guys, do your education. You don't have to listen to a madman in this little box right here. Here, let's see if I can draw it. Because I could be crazy. Like a fox. Or like a wolf. Probably a wolf. And so I won't tell you what the people's names were or what city, but let's just say I know some of you guys who live there. And he talked to this commanding officer, the chief of police. Chief of police pulled him into the room and was like, yeah, chief, so what do you think? It's garbage, right? You know what I'm saying? Chief of police was like, it's real. He was like, what? He's like all of it 100% legit? It's like, yeah. He's like, if they do it the proper way, they have the ability to exercise right to travel. He's like, but it's not on our level. Like I've been telling you guys, like they have to enforce their level right here, okay, which is what we all know about and what we do. So let's go on. Okay, an individual who wishes to utilize an automobile or other means of conveyance in order to exercise his right to travel cannot lawfully be required to obtain a license to drive or register his automobile. Booyah! In order to operate freely on our roads. Okay, I have not reached the above conclusion without understanding the vast implications that would follow from these conclusions. I'm well aware that the ruling of this nature would undo years of enforcement of our existing laws. That's why they don't want you guys to know this. I am well aware of the erroneous economic impact such as ruling would have on the Department of Transportation. But see, the DOT also provides a ability to operate your vehicle for, I don't know if it's a small fee or whatever else, and I'll get to make a video on that. But you don't have to go through the DMV. The DOT also provides that. I think there's a small fee, but you don't have to have their driver's license. There's another level to it at the DOT. I already made a video on this. It just goes on to talk about blah, 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 blah. Ultimately, okay. I respectfully request that you grant Mr. R request for reconsideration on March 27th under the verdict and reviews the fact the circumstances surrounding his request. He does not wish to perpetuate the situation any longer than necessary. He's simply asking for an acknowledgement and protection of his right to travel and would like to return to living the peaceful life he has led for years. And this is from the state representative. Okay. So the state representative is sent this to the judge. So that goes to show, guys, there are some good ones still out there. They acknowledge it. They see it. Some of them know, some of them don't. So be kind, be cool, but be assertive. Let them know. But have all the proof in place and do it properly. Watch, if you're going to do it through me, watch all the videos, get the files, get your stuff done. You know what I mean? And I'm doing all these videos to help protect you guys and so that we can have a peaceful treaty between their jurisdictions and ours. So do it right, be cool, be calm, be collective. Check out the files on blacksite32.com. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to donate. Talk to you later.